Okay, y'all, we gotta fucking talk about this. It's getting ridiculous over here. The amount of times that I've almost been run over in my first month here has been kind of ridiculous as a pedestrian. So when I had lived in Argentina before, yeah, the drivers are a little bit more aggressive there. They don't really, they play, worse games of chicken than you'll see in the United States generally. But that doesn't mean that they're like driving horribly in Argentina. But over here, dude, it's a different ball game. First of all, maybe some context. I had some friends from Venezuela, so they kind of told me, out of safety, people run red lights there because it's like if you're sitting at a red light in Venezuela, you're kind of a sucker because it just makes you easy to rob. So people just run red lights out of safety. It's at least semi-defensible in theory, but over here in Colombia, the red lights are really just more like suggestions, and if people see that no one's over there, it just ends up being like not even a stop sign for them. They just fucking go right now. Of course, I've already seen like a handful of accidents, not like personally, but I've seen like the kind of aftermath of clearly two people had like collided and shit like that, right? And it's pretty clear to me that the drivers here are far worse, and you really got to watch your ass when you're a pedestrian. I mean, it's been a month here that I've lived, and I've already been run over almost twice, right? So I'm gonna give you both incidents and not try to give you my whole life story, but this is basically what happened. The first time I was walking across the street, and it was kind of like a little cute street, and it's not like a big one, right? But there's the important part is like there's a divider, right? So you have like the traffic over here going this way to the right, right? And you have a divider. You have like kind of like a creek, and then like a little walkway, and then you have like a totally separate other side that's going like this, right? And that traffic is going this way, right? So you have the traffic going this way, and I'm over here, and I'm about to cross over to this side, right? So I'm expecting the traffic to be going that way, right? So there's not really a reason to look the other way, right? However, this particular time, and I've traveled across the street quite a few times. This particular time, I didn't look over, and I'm usually kind of looking over both ways just to be careful because it's the third world. You never fucking know what's going on here, right? And I look this way, and I don't see anyone, right? So I just start crossing, and within not even a second, and I heard nothing. The guy's going against traffic, and not only is he going against traffic, it's a police officer in a bike lane. The bike lane is separate from the traffic lane, right? So the bike lane's a little closer to where the pedestrians walk. But I'm not kidding. I'm looking this way. I didn't hear the police motorcycle coming through, and he didn't have a siren on or anything obvious, right? But it's just that's all you could have heard, right? And there was no fucking way that I was ever gonna be able to see this guy because he's going against fucking traffic, right? And I guess if you're in the bike lane, it's different, right? Because bikes go both ways, but still, it's a motorcycle. It's a vehicle with a motor. You're supposed to go with traffic. Right now, I get that like the police just think they can probably do whatever the fuck they want over here, as I've seen with my friend, in that one incident. But basically, this dude comes by, and I'm not even kidding. The moment I detected the motorcycle, it was probably not even like arm's length away from me, and I'm lucky that it didn't crush my foot because the guy was within probably. I'm gonna do this distance to me, and my foot was probably here, and I don't know how my foot didn't get run over. I don't know if he took evasive maneuvers or something, but like he totally should not have been doing that. It was fucking ridiculous. And the second I looked over, I was like, I just almost had my fucking foot crushed there, right? And so this guy that just happened to be on the corner with me was looking over, and we just both started like looking and laughing and just being like, And again, my Spanish isn't fantastic, but it's definitely better over here than it was in Argentina. In Argentina, I feel like a total freaking doofus most of the time speaking Spanish, but over here, it's actually not horrible. They speak somewhat neutrally, and it's actually, nice if you actually learn Spanish. In Argentina, man, you're going to have a serious issue with that. So anyway, that was the first incident. And, is it my fault for not looking the other way when the traffic's going that way in the bike lane? Yeah, I guess, but, it's a fucking motorcycle. You're not supposed to be doing that. Anyway, that was the first time I almost had my fucking foot crushed. The second time was really not good, right? So there's this kind of street that's like in a residential area, but the residential area has this one street where it kind of turns into not like a main street, but a lot of people are just going across this street for whatever reason. I don't know why. It's probably like a semi-main artery, but it doesn't look that way. It's really kind of like almost residential looking, so the fact that this many people travel across it's kind of ridiculous. Anyway, I'm trying to cross the street, and there's no walk lights or anything. It's just like two stop signs, right? There's a truck over here that's parked, so the visibility of someone coming over here trying to like make sure that they can actually turn and be safe, while these people are coming across, it's not the best, but they should be able to see me clearly, right? So anyway, knowing that I'm playing a game of fucking death chicken over here, I'm watching all these cars and I'm timing it so that I can make it right. I'm also aware that this person's trying to turn left, right? And so I time it, I start going across, I see that the other person saw me, right? That's the important part. When you're going across the street, you really want to make sure that someone sees you, especially over here, because and especially on that street, there's no fucking lights anywhere, right? So this person starts turning, and I think that he's seen me, right? But little did I know he didn't see me, and I see him actually speed up as I'm right on let's say the right side of this half, and I'm getting close to the truck. This person speeds up and starts going into me, and I'm starting to panic like, holy fucking shit, this is all in like 2 seconds, because that assessed that he already saw me. So now this car is like starting to speed at me, and it's not even on the right side. It's a 2-lane thing, right? So the traffic shit on this side should be going this way, right? And then this one should be coming this way, right? So you have like something like this, right, where they're going that way. Well, this guy's coming into the lane that I am, so I'm looking this way to make sure that no one's coming over here. This guy's not even like turning into the correct lane that he's supposed to be. So anyway, I start seeing this guy fucking speed up, and I have no time to make a decision. Like at this point, I'm just about to like fucking jump and just hope I get hit by the windshield, and you know that's better than having my legs fucking crushed by a bumper, right? It was probably about this much distance, I want to say, between the bumper and me when the guy finally stopped, and at that second, I was just about to be totally just run over, So that's not. It's really. It's kind of sad that it's as frequent as it's happened, but already I've had more incidents like that in Argentina. And again, they don't drive amazing in Argentina, but they're not playing stupid games of death chicken. And you kind of do have to watch yourself in Argentina. But over here, it's like a fucking, circus. People are blowing red lights constantly. You're never really safe in terms of the street. And it's not even just like, the robberies and like the, petty theft that you hear about. It's also the drivers, man, because they don't respect the rules. The rules are suggestions here in general, and that's like different than it was in Argentina. But and I'm not trying to say Argentina is like a Western society that respects rules, and that's not the case. But over here, they just don't like give a fuck normally, People are just blowing red lights. They don't give a shit. And again, like people drive with their phones a lot. It's just like, oh god, And it's tough to watch when you're on the thing because every time you cross the street, you're kind of like, well, I hope I survive this one, So anyway, I thought I would share that with you guys. That's kind of the random fact of the day. I'm still lucky to be alive, and I'm still lucky to have two functioning legs after all the shit that's been happening over here. And this is just my first month. I'm planning on being here for a while, so we'll see if I get out of this country unscathed. Anyway, thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you guys in the next one.